Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447.
Good morning, clubbers, and of course, happy Friday. I want to welcome you again to another edition of the Wake Up Club. Listen, we're in the month of May. We're in the glorious month of May. And of course, I woke up this morning energized and, of course, gratitude. I always encourage you to be grateful. This morning, I'm grateful for many of the same things that I'm grateful for every day. I'm grateful for health, good health. I'm grateful that I live in a safe place. I'm grateful for family and friends. I'm grateful for the great weather outside. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to chat and converse with you, twice a week. I don't take that for granted. I appreciate the fact that you tune into the Wake Up Club via the Ride Along Network. And, I just want you to know that, you are family, you're a clubber, and we appreciate you. I don't take your time for granted. And I really am happy that you always find time to tune in to the Wake Up Club. Listen, we've got a fantastic show in store for you this morning. As I said, Spice Mass is launched and we are in the carnival season. So it's all about Spice Mass and giving artists and creatives an opportunity to share their good work, the things that they're doing, so that we're abreast as to what's happening. Because we listen to the music, we enjoy the music, but sometimes we don't know the story behind the music. We don't know the hard work it takes to produce the music, and sometimes we don't even know the struggles that these artists and creatives are facing. So it's a fantastic time in Grenada, the build up for Spice Mass, and we're going to be diving straight into that. I want to say a special good morning to Denise Merlis Mark and Joanne Braffett Batson. Of course, our clubbers, we appreciate you and we want you to know that always. Listen, we're in a marvelous month of May, and I love May, especially because it's my birth month. I take 25 again next week. But, we're also going to be celebrating Mother's Day. So I want to encourage you, to reach out to mom. Sometimes the finance is not there to do all the big gifts and the perfumes and all of that. But sometimes it's a hug. Sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes it's just letting her know that she is appreciated. So I want to encourage you to make this Mother's Day special for your mom, that significant mother figure in your life, your grandmom, that aunt who's always been there for you. Make sure you reach out and you celebrate. And as I tell you, it's not necessarily the material possessions. It is the act of love, the act of kindness, the act of appreciation, and acknowledging all that they've done for you within your life. Listen, we also have the Investment Migration Agency, the IMA Symposium, that's on May 13th at the Trade Center. So if you want to find out more about that, you could go down there. We also have the Bob Report 5th Anniversary Reception and Memorial Lecture happening on May 15th. Listen, so much happening, we like to say we don't know what's going on, but sometimes it's right there, but we're just not interested in knowing. So these are opportunities for you to get to know more about, listen, the Investment Migration Agency, the IMA, and so much more. Listen, we have a great show in store for you. I have this morning, I'll be chatting with soca artist Mandella Links and his business partner, Kevin Schmidt. But listen, I ain't gonna just say business partner because if I know Mandela as I know him, Kevin is his brother. We take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive into our conversations with both of these gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Welcome back, clubbers. And of course, this morning I'm going to be chatting with Mandela Links and his business partner, Kevin Schmidt. Listen, clubbers, we appreciate you. And if you're on the live, I want to say a special good morning to you. Make sure you share the live so others can also appreciate and listen to the program this morning. Gentlemen, Mandela Links, Kevin Smith, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Morning to everyone.
Okay, we're hearing you now.
Good morning, my brother, and everybody looking at the show today. Blessed morning to you guys, and it's a blessing being here this morning.
Definitely.
Such a lovely day.
Kevin, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Good morning, Kirk. I appreciate you having me on. As we say, happy Friday. The weekend is here.
Definitely, most definitely. Now, listen, gentlemen, Mandela, you're no stranger to the Wake Up Club. But this is Kevin's first time. So, Kevin, I'd like to start by asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're Mandela's business partner, brother, friend, and I see you doing so much in Grenada all the time. Very, very positive. You always have positive affirmations on your social media platform. So that I know about you, but there's so much more I don't know and the clubbers don't know. Tell us about yourself.
First of all, I appreciate you having me on. Like you said, gratitude is a must, and it's platforms like yours that give people like me a voice to kind of be heard and to get people more familiarized with me and some of my initiatives. I first got involved in Grenada many years ago. One of my lifelong best friends and his wife are from Grenada, and they introduced me to the Spice Isle a long time ago. And since I found that I was getting involved with small businesses, coaching, mentoring, supporting, because there's not really a strong system for small business development there. And I found that it was very gratifying helping small business owners kind of get off the ground and get things running and consult with them in ways that maybe they didn't have resources for. But through time, I developed a lot of friendships all over the island, every parish, probably every village. Now, soca is my favorite genre. Soca is life, as I say, and I love it. And I've developed friendships with a lot of artists as well as other creatives, especially in the fashion industry, because that's probably the second biggest group of folks behind the artists. There are the designers and the pageantry that they have there is amazing. So, and of course, out of that bloomed a lasting friendship with my brother Mandella, as you said. We are family now. Mm-hmm. His youngest is my goddaughter, I'm proud to say, and yeah, through time, we have developed this friendship that's kind of, developed into more of a family or brother, situation. Because he's an amazing man. Most people who know him know how charitable he is, how nice he is, how giving he is. You know, the guy might have $10 in his pocket and he'll try to give you 11. And that's how my brother Mandella is, and that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with. Are those that want to give back, that are appreciative, and want to show their gratitude every day. And so, in a nutshell, my what I do for Grenada is actually giving back, because when I come there 2-3 times a year for 2-3 weeks at a time, I'm treated well. Everybody is always a pleasure to be around. It's where I get my sanity back. It's where I am able to put dip my toes in the sea and my feet in the sand and kind of ground myself again. And for that, I feel like I need to give back to the island of Grenada, and I truly love it there. And just to kind of wrap up this little summary, at some point I plan to retire there. That's where I like to spend the rest of my days. So
definitely, listen. From all accounts, from all the people I talk to, you are a wonderful soul, and you're doing good things. And when you have someone like Mandela who will vouch for you, I know that you're a good human being. Now, so listen, we're going to be talking about Mandela's new music. We're going to be talking, Kevin, with you and Mandela about the brand Confetti Kids, because I really want to know about it. And I'm so happy to see somebody doing something for of course, the kids in Grenada. But Mandela, we're going to start off with you. It's the carnival season. It's Spice Mass season. We in full bloom.
Yes.
Everybody's releasing music. You released a song yesterday. Before we take a taste of the song, my first question to you is, can you tell me about your latest music release? What inspired the themes and sound?
Well, my latest release is called The Takeover, right? Actually, it was released yesterday afternoon, right? That song came from a lot, you know. It basically came from my emotional part of me, as well as a part that could have actually had people partying, and enjoying themselves. A funful part of me also, because not only for me, but for the foreigners, for the people in the international market. I just wanted to let them know, what, Grenada Carnival on a whole is going to take over the entire world. I know everybody says Spice Mass is the best mass, right? But I'm making a statement to the entire world that, what, we're going to take over. When you think about Carnival, you're going to say, what, Grenada is the place to go. Grenada is the place to be. You understand? When you think about Carnival, you think about the beautiful costumes on the street, the love, the unity, the warmness of the people. That could actually make you say, like Kevin said a while ago, when you retire, you'll want to come to Grenada and you'll want to live for the rest of your life. So I actually try to bring in a party vibes together with a groovy vibes. Because some people, I mean, it's the first time experiencing Carnival, and then some again maybe going through a hard time. A friend say, let's take it to a trip to Grenada. Don't worry yourself. All the stress will be over. And that's where they get to free up their minds from all the problems and all the stress. You know what I mean? So I try to make that song blending for the party people and for the people who've been going through stress, who have a lot of problems. To let them know, what, all is not over. There is still hope there. You understand? So come out, enjoy yourself in the greatest mass ever, Spice Mass.
Okay, before we take a taste, this music differs from music we've heard from you in the past. What's that about? Is it you?
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go for. Sorry.
No, is it you evolving as an artist? What is it? Because it's a different song from you. It's a fantastic song, but you tended in the past to kind of gravitate towards the jab vibe. This is a different song from you, and we really appreciate it. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, actually, music is growth, and I don't think as an artist you should sing on 20 rhythms or 10 rhythms and have the same melody structure, use the same keys, use the same notes. I think music should evolve as the time goes, as a different producer or you even build a beat. You should afford to bring something good to the table, something fresh to the people's ears. You understand? And in that way, you will always be in the hearts and minds of soul of the people. You will become a whole household name. So my thing with the music is, I'm not singing for myself.
Okay.
It's not about me. I like that, so I'm going to keep singing that part. And I like that flow, so I'll just keep singing that flow. Or because you know what, a couple of people here like it, I'm going to stick to that. No, I think it's about evolving. Evolving. That's the only way the youth who's coming up in the music industry will learn. I mean, come on. I know I'm a role model for a couple of young artists as well. And even youth who will get into the music industry, maybe even way after I pass, they could say, you know
Okay.
what? Hey, when I listen to Mandela Links, I always hear something different. You know, he never stuck from when the power hit me. You know, to my richness is life. To um when I did put jab on me tombstone, then jab do burn out, you know what I mean? Then you know what I mean, rise from the different vibes. Because I'm not singing for myself. You go into pain, you go into stress, I'm singing for you. You know, you're the happiest person in the world, I'm singing for you. You're sad, I'm singing for you. You feel to take your life, I'm singing for you to give you confidence to say, you know what, this is not the end of this life. You can be something great. You understand? So I'm singing to please everybody. You know, I'm not
Mm.
being selfish. And if you're not being selfish in music, then you should always try to bring something new to the table, something unique that people could relate to. And you can make people feel comfortable and happy. And that's basically what I've been trying to do with the song. Actually, I did it because the amount of people reaching out to me now with that song and the way it make them feel, yesterday a couple of people stopped me, hey man, I love the song, and like guy was like, "Oh, my skinny raisin boy, that's something about a song, it's different." I say, "Yeah, well, I mean, it's growth. It's growth in the music,
Well,
in
well,
a nutshell, it's growth."
let's take a little taste of the song right now. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club, and this is Mandella's newest release, Taking Over.
We on the road, 473 on the road to the world. Links, I'm back. Make way. Taking over. Going in. Taking over. On the road. Yo, don't pray. Taking over. Oh, yo. Taking over. Make way. On the road. Let's go. They say we come to take over. Yes, we coming up with a soccer plan. Even when we hit the road, when we wanna get this a soccer jam. No matter which country that you from, we was rooted from the motherland. We playing mass with the foreigners and the disabled who cannot wet their hand. Everybody jumping and waving to the favorite artists and the soccer scene. The others becoming home lost to more than they stage TV balcony. If they are the greatest match does play, everybody will step for second tree. None of them could play mass as we. None of them could play mass as we. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. Boy, so we come to mash up the place, and we come to fight for this. We come to make we name, and we are no shame. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. We going all out when we hit the streets. Party animal, them call us fetting freaks. Life not easy now, so I hit the road and I'm ready to get on bad. Only I've been going through my stress, I've been hurt and I was sad. On the road to free my sorrows, like my heart was faced with arrows. Sometimes I felt like giving up, like there was no tomorrow. Back on the road again, with my friends and them. No more stress again, drinking on the end. Taking toes for another day, taking toes, fetting me stress away. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. Boy, so we come to mash up the place, and we come to fight for this. We come to make we name, and we are no shame. The road is mine, the road is mine.
Listen, Mandela, exceptional work. I feel the energy. I love the fact that it is clean fun. The lyrics are clean. The lyrics are positive, but you still could party and wind down to it. You could chip whatever pace you want to take. You could take it because the road is yours. Now let me ask you this. What is the one message you want to convey from this song?
No matter what you're going through in your life, no matter how tough the situation is, right? No matter where you're at in this world, no matter who try to take your dignity away from you, know that you is the only person to make a difference. You is the one to break yourself. Keep your head up. No matter how tough it is, you know what? The road is yours. The road of life. It's yours.
Definitely, listen, exceptional. I can't wait to see a video for this song. I can just, visualize it already. I can see the energy. I could see the fun. I could see the laughter. I could see the togetherness. I could see the joy. I could see the clean fun. This is going to be good. I could see this as an anthem, for
Yeah.
Spice Mass 2025. The road is yours, clean fun, positivity. Carnival is in our blood. Let me push the stupidness away and the
True.
violence away the nonsense away and all of that and just have some clean
Mhm.
fun. Mandela, I've got to ask you, are there any collaborations on this project? And if so, how did they come about?
Well, actually, I did that song with Dupree, right? Dupree
Okay,
Beats.
who's
He's
that?
actually Dupree Beats.
Oh,
Dupree is
okay.
actually a Grenadian by birth. He is the
Uh-huh.
cousin of Iconic, the same guy who built like Turbo Charge and all those stuff. So he's the cousin
Yeah.
of Iconic, but he live in Virgin Islands, right?
Mm-hmm.
US Virgin Islands. Actually, you work along with artists like Mr. Wacky, Problem Child, Patrice Roberts and them. And we met a couple of years ago, and we started, just chatting and stuff. And this year, we say last year we did the first project, you know. I did a first project with him last year, and it was great. And we decided to work this year. But this year, I was like, hey, I could feel a spirit. I could feel something inside me that want to bring something different to the table, something warm, something emotional, but still party, but clean, you know. Because I'm very careful with my lyrics. So I was telling him that. He said, you know what? He sent me a couple ideas he have, and I was like, nah, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Even that song that I said him, I say, Mandela, no, that's not it. No,
Mm-hmm.
we do singing that. Let's keep it focused where you want to be. I say, okay, no problem. He said, let's have some patience. And then I got up a day, I said, Dupree, come on, man. I know you have it. I said, prove it to me. That's what I tell him. He said, yeah, but man, like, I don't have to prove myself to you. I said, don't worry, you know that how you just speak. I said, prove yourself to me. And then he sent me like about four stuff, African
Uh-huh.
feeling, kind of jab thing, and he gave me two others. Then after he come up with the idea, I read him, he started to build. And then I said, I like how this start, but then he go too much in the jab, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted something that's different. And then boop, he sent me just that. Just the, just the skeleton, that sweet melody, no drums, nothing. And I said, that's it. As I get it put in the studio one time, and I just put down the
Mm-hmm.
song, I put down the first verse. I put on the first. I spoke to Alma Boy. I said, Alma Boy, listen, Alma Boy, say, Mandela, that's it. Put your heart into the second verse. You know what I mean? Put you, because you like to bring that kind of vibe to always keep the people going. I said, all right. I go with it. And third verse, and then I remember I even spoke to you. I sent the song to you. You was one of the
Mm-hmm.
first person, that listened to the song. And then when I let you listen to the song and you give me your feedback on it, I say, you know what? Then Mandela, just go with that. And my boy heard it. Send it to
Mm-hmm.
Kevin as well. Kevin give me the same feedback. So it was you, Alma Boy, and
Mm-hmm.
Kevin. You know, and I say, you know what? They love it. They first feeding it, and they encouraged me to go ahead. So I say, you know what? I'm going ahead with it. And we did it. We got some guitars from a guy from up the island as well, a young man. He was so excited to play the guitars and he's marvelous. Yeah, and here we have the
Listen,
song.
it's all
Taking over.
positive vibes. Look, I have Clubber Chenny Joseph saying this song feels like a man now released from a load of problems and excited to go now and enjoy himself. A farmer after harvesting a successful season and now watching his products on every man's plate. A full celebration. Good one and well done, Mandela Link. So definitely the fans and the people are feeling it. And listen, I know that's not the only
Yes.
thing that's going to come from
Thank
you
you.
this season. And I know the response to it. But listen, one thing that really piqued my curiosity is this collaboration, this thing called Confetti Kids, that yourself and Kevin have, given birth to. Kevin Mandela, tell us
Yeah.
about Confetti Kids.
Kevin, I give you the tables to start.
So, real quick, I want to circle back to the beginning of the interview with Mandela, and I really want people to understand that Mandela might be the most diversified artist in Grenada when it comes to music genres. Most people
Mhm.
realize that even last year he released 2 EPs and 2 singles. The man is making music all year long, and whether it's Afro beats or soca or R&B, he can do it, and he's been doing it. So I encourage
Mhm.
people to find his YouTube page and
Mhm.
subscribe and go through his playlist. There's something for everyone there, and it's all positive. And that's what I really admire about Mandela and his creative process. Two is most you hit upon the video. He's graduated into the next phase where he's starting to create his own videos and doing videos for other artists also. He's
Okay.
a mentor. He's now become a mentor in the industry. He's that next level now, where I encourage all young artists to come and talk to Mandella. Listen, he has the biggest single that has ever come out of Grenada, and that's Tombstone. To this day, they still play that in the nightclubs in Asia and in Europe and even in Africa. You'll find it in the nightclubs, and of course, you still find it occasionally at the fetes and that in Grenada. So, he's handled that well. He continues to push, and he's always there to help the next young artist, and that is something that is I admire so much in Mandela Links.
Okay, and I love the fact that he gives back, and is always exploring opportunities, because even for me, if I'm having a bad day, I think he senses it, and he always reaches out to encourage people around him. So I can be a testimony to his character and who he is as a person. Now tell us about Confetti Kids and the launch of Confetti Kids. What is it all about, guys?
The download high level. So Confetti Kids is a nonprofit, non-governmental organization. It's a children's charity that has been developed to help inspire and motivate the children of Grenada to basically make better decisions and make better choices by way of listen, we know that parents, teachers, they have challenges with kids these days due to social media. A lot of times social media is raising children or influencing them, if you will, to do different things or feel certain ways. And so what we're going to do with the Confetti Kids is we're actually going to bring influencers to real life. We are assembling a team, if you will, a group of exemplary, extraordinary children, Grenadian kids. For example, Jaden St. John, who we know played plays the pan, Mr. Pan. He played it at the start of Intercall. He did it at the Independence Day celebration. He was the original and first Little Mr. Grenada a couple years back. He is our original Confetti Kid. And through kids like him who have excelled not only in school but at home and in their creative area, we're going to put them in front of the other kids, whether it's assemblies at school or events, to show the rest of the children of Grenada that through hard work, through focus, through learning both from your parents, from mentors, whoever, you can really chase your dreams and accomplish all of your goals. And that's what we're trying to do here, is create a system in which kids are inspired and motivated to be better and do better.
Okay. Mandella, from you?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I can give you a little bit of it in a nutshell, but we also with the kids, right? I mean, men, for people like me, I'm a role model, right? A lot of people look up to me, right? So people like me will be out on the road and about, right? From the blocks, not only one to the kids, but from the blocks, we are going to change that. We're going to try to help these youth be better. Whether you could be in the teenage, whether it's from 5, 4, whatsoever, we're going to head to them. We're going to meet them. We're going to bring ourselves down to even to the level. You understand? In order to get them back up again. We are going to be one with them, right? In the schools, well, we do a lot of giving back as well, so we will be keep tapping into that. The kids, they're gonna have sports, they're gonna leave assistance. Some may did back to school stuff and all of that. All those stuff will be into play. Like recently we had up in Paul's the kids fun day where we give back stuff to the kids as well. And I mean, I spend some time with them. Spend some time, speak to them. You know what I mean? Make them feel safe. Because too much of time, I mean, as parents, we come home. We just start to pick up your phone one time. Kids come home, you didn't ask them, hi, good afternoon. They don't even tell you good afternoon. Or they get up to them, say good morning. They come home, we don't find out if they have homework, nothing, back to school the next day. So it's like those kids are living for themselves. It's not easy as a kid. You're in a house with a parent and feels like you're alone. That's what a lot of kids go and try to find somewhere else somebody else to substitute from what the parents, and then a young lady might try to get a substitute somebody else, and he might turn to they don't have a father, or they don't get that father figure from the father, because the father just living careless, and they might go to a young man, and they get used, they get abused. The same thing might happen to a young man. You understand? And this is what we are trying to protect those kids from. This is what we are trying to let the kids know. You know what? All hope is not lost. We are here. Confident kids are here to make you feel safe, to let you know the true value of life. And no matter what you're going through, we are going to be a family. Confident kids is basically a family.
Well, listen, definitely. I've got Patsy Soca Chocolate saying, just love the collaboration between Kevin and Mandela, Confetti Kids 473. It's so great to help our kids of today. We need this. So congratulations to you both for setting this up. Listen, this is a wonderful initiative, and you're so right. A lot of children are among so many people all the time, but they still feel alone because they don't feel heard, they don't feel listened to, they don't feel appreciated. So I love this because this is in essence a big brother, big sister program, making sure that we're looking out for our young people out there and using the kids themselves, the positive role models, to influence them and reach them where they are. So I want to congratulate you guys on that. But I've got to say, nothing in life is free. And how can we as people support Confetti Kids? I know you've got merch and so forth, but how could somebody listening to this program now, even if it means volunteering your time or your resources, or to support the Confetti Kids initiative so more work can be done? Can you tell me about that, guys? Kevin?
Kevin, go first.
There you go. So it's a great question, Kirk. We haven't had our main official launch yet, and the reason we did a soft launch was to start building some momentum, if you will, start getting the information out there and that. And the reason for the not having the official launch yet is that our website is still in construction. From that website, there'll be a lot more information as far as the Confetti Kids, what we do, our mission, vision, and values, as well as other information such as our sponsors, a donations page, and the things that you're talking about. As it stands right now, because we are still in the kind of infant stages of building the organization, we don't have much in the way of sponsorship. We're looking to get some grants, and from that we'll be able to start putting together packages for the school that Mandella referenced, as well as sponsoring more other children's events in which we can get involved in the communities within each of the parishes. And again, this is not something that's just in St. George's or just St. Andrews or the Grenville area. This is something that's island wide. We're going to try to reach all the communities of Grenada throughout the year. So once we're in a position to where we can start reaching out to people for that support that you're asking about, we will conduct a full launch to get all the information out there, put a media release out to all the news outlets. As you know, we did our first public announcement, if you will, was we said journalists at the MWAG Awards back in March, and I was very proud of that step that we took. And from that, a lot of the folks in the media are asking, hey, who are the Confetti Kids and how can I get more information? Well, that information is coming very soon, very, very soon.
Definitely. Listen, I'm excited about it. I know Mandela is as well, because he told me about it a couple months ago. I see Mandela's kids are doing music and they're excited about this new program. So guys, wherever I can lend a hand, please let me know. And I know there are people on here who would love to lend a hand as well. I've got my good girl Pineapple Marketing on, Roxanne is on, Alexandra Velez is on. Listen, there's so much negativity happening out there in the world. There are people like you that we appreciate and we want to support, because we know we can bridge that gap, and that gap is is making sure that children are heard, you know, that they're supported, that they feel safe, and I want to commend you guys on this wonderful initiative. You say you haven't launched yet, so make sure you keep us in tune. I know, Kevin, you don't let anything sleep. So I know you already started to create merchandise. And definitely that's probably a way that we can support the initiative once you officially launch. So we'd love to have you guys back on when we're doing that launch so we can see and follow the work of Confetti Kids. Now, Kevin, is there a contact number that someone can reach you guys on should they be interested in finding out more information or wanting to pledge support? How can you be
Yes,
contacted?
currently right now you can either get hold of Mandella at his number, his for his music business and that, and or you can get hold of me at my personal number, which is 443-252-1637. I can be reached through WhatsApp at that number. And we actually have a Confetti Kids number also. That number is 473-417-5439. So again, that's 473-417-KIDZ. 5439.
That's right.
Most definitely. Listen, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Mandela, I want to dive into your hopes and expectations for Spice Mass 2025. Folk, thank you for tuning into the Wake Up Club. We take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447.
Welcome back, folk. And of course, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club on the Ride Along Network. As I always tell you, we appreciate you. We know you could have been looking at something else, but you've decided to look at us. We appreciate you sharing the program so others can also see the program and see the wonderful things that are happening in Grenada. We've been chatting with Mandella Links and, of course, his business partner, friend, brother, Kevin Schmidt. We talked about Mandella's new music. We talked about Confetti Kids, a fantastic program that's geared towards supporting our youngsters. And, 2 thumbs up for that. But Mandella, I want to talk to you now about your plans for the 2025 Spice Mass season. Tell us about competition, no competition.
Actually,
what's the plan?
no competition. No, I'm not thinking about competition anymore in my career. I'm sorry to see because I mean, I see competition as a big setback.
Okay.
I've never made really any money from competition in Grenada. I've always end up with bills. I even went to Trinidad, and talking about all my shows, that I perform in Trinidad, plus the money I got, spend everything, to make a big, presentation, all of that. So I never really make money in competition. And it's always not about the money, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make any money. And based on the results, you never heard again, you know? And I think it affects our culture on a whole because when carnival come, as soon as competition start, everyone becomes in a nutshell, The artists that's in competition, you only keep hearing this music and a lot of good music, just keep getting stamped down, put under the rug, because of competition. At the end of the day, what happened? Competition results come out, and these songs from the competition never really make it big international. Because in my career, I don't know if I'm wrong, but that's
Your
from what
experience.
I'm seeing so far in my career, my experience, right? I've never known of any song that have won a competition in Grenada, all right, and made it huge on the international market. Because I mean, I tell you from my experience. Because when I'm in big events, I ain't talking about like you go like in small thing, like in the club or in Brooklyn and them stuff. I'm talking about internationally, Spain,
Mm-hmm.
France, Africa. You're talking about in the big
Mm-hmm.
fets, with alongside R&B. You're watching a basketball. You're watching cricket. In Australia. You know what I mean? I'm talking about international, not Grenada international. I put it like that because a lot of people don't really understand what
Mm-hmm.
international is. Because that song play a lot in Grenada. Hey, that's a hit song. Hit song should last the rest of your life, your generation and your generation. Not because you play in a lot in Grenada is a hit song. No, because half of the songs that's big
Mm-hmm.
here never was big outside there. Just look at the list. Simple. Killer, Holy Poly, Oloman, Sick Job, Shell Long, Tombstone, Natty and Thunder, Devon, and the list goes on, the Terra Kid, the few songs that broke that barrier, hmm, never really won anything here. You check what I mean? So this now make me say, Mandela combination is not it. You know, and 90.9% of the people in Grenada is competition they
Mm-hmm.
love. You check, and if you take away competition, then soca will actually be a genre.
Okay.
Soca will be as big as hip hop, as R&B, as
Uh-huh.
pop. It will be so huge. It will be so huge. But because of competition, not only in our local island, Trial and Steve Grenada, but what happened is the Caribbean, we tend to have that they grew us up with that fighting against each other. Competition is basically a battle against each other and it become a hate. You're doing a zone with a set of artists and it's like this one not comfortable, that one jam on a corner. So when you should just be together in a love, laugh, joke, take a drink, and smile, you know what I mean? So it brings a tension between the artists, between the people as well. You know. So competition is a no-no for me. Because if we didn't have competition, all the Caribbean artists would just be all good. I mean, we good, but I just saying, it would have been different. We would have carried that soca music, not on our shoulders, but on our head. Don't know people joking lower than the head, on our head.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Towards the wall. And soca music would have been so huge. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So amount of competition this year, I mean, just about pumping the music, about pushing my son,
Okay.
my kids, because I mean, they are behind me. They are on my heels, I should say. And this year I'm more focusing on boy boy, but I got the 3-year-old one. She have song already. Boy boy sister, the twin with he's a
Mm-hmm.
twin. She because 4 years they sing the song the first song right. Pebbles, she's there. And a money, he and all have songs here, but he have more kind of R&B
Mm-hmm.
songs. Recorded. They didn't release us yet, so they have a lot of music. And boy boy sing soca, but boy boy main set of music is pop music. Those and I never see that. Boy boy does DJ
Okay.
too. Boy boy is a great
Okay.
DJ, and he likes old school music. Sometimes when I hear boy boy play old school, like way back music, I want to say, boy boy, where get that? What do you know about that? Say, daddy, I like that. So that's good. And he's not interested in competition either. And I didn't tell him that. He said, daddy, I don't want to be in competition. I want to sing music. I want to get out there. I want to be known. I want to tour the world. But I want to be paid. He said, daddy, if it's a charity or something, I will go and sing, no problem. But if somebody calls daddy and say they're interested in having me, that boy is 9 years now. He's smart. You say if they're interested in having me, daddy, they have to pay. Just recently someone reached out for him and I said, okay, bam, speak to the management, bam, bam. They got a price. They say, no, they can't pay him. But they wanted to pay everybody is. Everybody is in the castle getting paid. And it's a huge promoter in
Mm-hmm.
Grenada. And I was like, no, nah, you see that, I have to get paid. You see, daddy, I have to get clothes because I have to look fresh. You see, I might want something
Uh-huh.
to eat. Then you have to drive me, so you got to put gas in the van. You see, and most important, I have to get something to put in the bank.
Uh,
I have to save. So he's thinking business. He's thinking business, and that's what I want. You don't have to go through what I went through. So that my main focus this year is pushing boy boy and actually pushing my new music. Like
mhm.
this song is what I'm focused. That's what one of the song I've been most focused on. That song. So I'm gonna push that song hard. I got some other music coming.
Mm-hmm.
I got some for the ladies. I saw a clip with you recently a couple months ago where you tell the ladies, make sure you value yourself and don't just sell yourself for less. You know what I mean? So actually, when I saw that, I laughed. I said like, wow. I said like my brother. I said my brother is reading my
Mm-hmm.
mind. I say I have a song going on that kind of line there, for the ladies. So I have something for the ladies. So I have that, and then I still have a next groovy coming
Mm-hmm.
out as well. Just not too much because I don't want to crush the market. I just take my time, put the two songs, focus and push it, and then get ready to hit the road again back on
Okay.
tour. You
Most
know,
definitely.
yeah, hit back on the road. And one more thing, continue helping the youths because I have got like 4 kids that I have to record and shoot videos for them as well. That's one of my
And that's
plan as
costly.
well. I'm actually shooting videos for artists now as well. So you know, I'm just trying to play my part in Spice Master, make Spice Master great. Not great again, because Spice Master is already great, but make it greater.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Listen, your music has evolved, and you just spoke about making Spice Mass greater. Um, how would you like to see Spice Mass evolve and the season evolve? And what role do you want to play in that evolution of the evolving and growth of Spice Mass?
Well, people, if you really know Mandela Links, you should know as a cultural ambassador, I've been going all out for my
Mhm,
country. Whenever I travel, it's Grenada, it's Grenada. Everything is about Grenada, right? I mean, I would love for them to see the value, not only for me, but of artists in particular. It doesn't matter which artist. Once the artist got good music, once he got material, you should make sure you market that artist. Spice Must is not about a handful of
mhm,
artists. You have to stop that mentality. Every year when the people come, it's a handful of artists. We have to stop that mentality. We have to give others a chance because what will happen? Our standard will drop. Because if every year, every day you're going to the market selling mangoes, 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 mangoes. Hmm? Mangoes fool everybody and mangoes, but you still come market mangoes. Hmm? And you have sapadilla day. You have plum day. But because Stam selling sapadilla plum, you don't want to sell sapadilla plum. Hmm? You don't want to sell sapadilla plum, but you want to sell him mangoes what time and them
mhm,
have to. You understand why? Because you always tell yourself, my mangoes is sweeter, but you don't taste them on them
mhm,
own. So it's the same thing. One handful, and they say, them is it, them got it, and them alone have it. No, it's not should be like that. We have to change that mentality. We need to change that and a whole give the other artists a chance. And I was happy to see they had two young artists at Happy Boy and them this year. That's good. That's great. I mean, you can't take away that from them. You have to give them the credit, but you have to balance. And then you can't forget actually the artists who have made Grenada huge. You understand? Like myself, in terms of the job music, I know countries play jab for the first time. They contacted me. I did an interview. France News. You just imagine watching Mandela Links in France News. They don't even understand. I don't know what the lady saying, and she called it Mandela Links. You know what I mean? Yeah, you check. That's something great. So I would like that, and I would like for the radio station to tap in because they are very important. The DJs to tap in. Take a time, even though a half an hour a day per day or whenever whatever an hour. Take a time. Scroll to YouTube. Put in 2025 Grenada Soca. Scroll to YouTube. Take a couple seconds in each songs, a couple songs whatsoever. You mark up those what you already listened to already, or the artists. You know what I mean? Go through them, listen, and find new talent. That's the only way we could break the barriers of soca music. Give these youths a chance. It don't have to be me. No, it don't have to be me, but give them a chance. DJs, you have to play a role. Radio personnels, even though you don't know the artist and the music come to your email, take a time, listen to it. You understand? Because I didn't just come here and just get
mhm,
big. No, someone give me a chance. KJ used to play me music. Um, the next guy, the tall red skin guy, is walking the town. He used to play my music. And Poopy and these guys, they were like 7.52. They used to play my music. And I used to be into studio. I get an opportunity, so I go and I glad. Sometimes I was stranded to go back home, but I wanted to see the music out there. And I know these young fellas is thirsty, they want it too. So once you call them for an interview, they go come. Say dress nice, look nice. You know what I mean? Look smart. You know what I mean? And people they want to be there, so I want to see that part of it change. You understand? I don't want the last two couple carnivals I went, and when I went to the carnivals waiting for mass ban is a problem. I don't we have to make a change to that as well. I would love for that to change because and there's a lot of people there selling stuff, and I think these people spend money and they're hard on money. They buy this, they buy that, and it's poor people that is be there. A rich man ain't coming here and go and do nothing. It's poor people. So this carnival should be about uplifting the poor. Because remember, we're celebrating freedom of bondage, slavery. You know what I mean? We're free now. So if we're free, we should also continue uplifting our people. So we shouldn't have nothing that prevents the poor man from making a dollar. That's the opportunity for the poor man. And the poor man could invest in something greater and employ people. So then poverty goes down in this country. So we have to tap into that. So the ban should be, people should have the ban, even though you have to leave, oh, I don't know what they have to do. But somehow the ban should get to the carnage, bring come across all enough, and the people could enjoy themselves, just like long time with the vibes, and people could spend the money and support these vendors.
Most
Right?
definitely.
One more thing, I think we should weigh out more of some of the restrictions because I mean this year I know they have a lot of things, a lot of taxes, a lot of this, they want out of this, they want out of that. And I think in that way it's only the rich man that could benefit, the man who have the money. Because a poor man like me or you or someone else may want to do a even for the first time and they won't able to do nothing. So we have to go back to bring it back to the drawing board and see what we could do. But on a whole, Spice Mass this year, I will be pushing Spice Mass because Grenada is the best mass by far.
Most
You know,
definitely. And listen, I just
and I
saw a
love it.
release from the Ministry of Finance actually telling promoters, no matter what you're doing, whether it's a cruise, whether it's a little block or whatever it is you're doing, that you've got to pay your taxes. So they are as aggressive to get these funds. And I render unto Caesar what is Caesar, but you've also got to make it a level playing field so that people can benefit
True.
and you could support them in building their initiative. So in turn, they could pay that tax without any qualms, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, because it's not easy. Okay, you have to do a show, right? You come up with your whole year, you're trying to put one or two together and make it fast, right? Get the little money, try to make it, you get to do a show. And then after, as soon as you get the show, bam, your ticket box, bam, they take the bam, they check, they say, this is how much tickets to sell, so we want that percentage. That's how much drink to sell, so we don't want that percentage. And when you're done, you don't make a dollar for yourself. That is a hard blow. That is like somebody hitting it from the back of your head. And just imagine they're trying to do that to build a little house, to buy a car or a van to help for your business, or to do something to help your farm, or to do something to even help somebody in the kids in the community. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not even for yourself. So we're going to take away all that life from our people. Because when you keep your people in bondage, it's death you're bringing on them.
Okay.
When you take away people's sanity, you do want to take away the life. We have to keep that in the people. You understand? And that's the only way. Because the amount of people are coming in Grenada, millions of dollars they're spending. That's the opportunity for us to get rich. That's the opportunity to make the poor man get from being barefoot to buying a sandals. That's the opportunity. So we have to change.
We have to find the balance because the Bible says render unto you've got to give back, and I understand the importance of paying taxes. So all these things can work in cohesion, but we've got to find the balance and to understand that it has to be dealt with on a case by case basis. Because I'm one for rendering unto Caesar what is Caesar, but we've got to find the balance.
That's me.
And we've got to communicate and talk to people. Now, Mandella, I wanna ask you and Kevin. Kevin's still there, right, Kevin? Yeah. I want to give you guys, because I don't want to leave the program without giving people another taste of the song, your new release, because it's so great. So I want to start with you, Kevin. I want to give you the opportunity. Any wrap-up words, anything you want to say to the Grenadians as we move forward into the Spice Mass season. You've been doing so much, not only for Mandella, but for so many artists out there. I want to give you the opportunity for some final words.
Well, I appreciate that, Kirk, and I appreciate again you letting me come on your platform. And listen, Spice Mass to me, it continues to improve every year. The artists that have released songs already this year is just amazing. The songs that have come out already, Mandela mentioned Happy Boy, and the song is Flowers, and Mandela just gave Happy Boy his flowers for that song. It's got a lot of traction. Happy Boy's having a great year this year, and there's some others too. And a couple of years ago, I threw a big free fet. Used my birthday as an excuse, but one of my requirements for that was to allow as many new artists as we had the veterans, because they all need a chance in that spotlight. And I'm really hopeful, like Mandela said, that those new artists are given a chance, whether it's in the events or whether it's on the air, to shine, because there's so many out there. Listen, I talk to a lot of young artists all the time, and the amount of music ability in Grenada is fascinating. It's amazing. Last year, what do we have? 120 something artists sign up for Soca Monarch, and guess what? That isn't even all of them. It's not even close. So again, I'd like to see that same amount of participation in Spice Mass this year. Usually down there for about 3 weeks. My trip this year is going to be a little bit shorter, but I will be there the first week of August, and I look forward to spending some time at the various events and meeting people, and getting to know more friends, and again, a safe and fun time should be had by all. And lastly, I've created this brand, as you can see, I put on my hat. It's Duh is the brand that is going to help support the Confetti Kids mission, and it basically stands for diversity, unity, and harmony. And that's what we're all about. Okay, we all kinds of people coming together in unity and in harmony. And based on what you had mentioned about merchandise and that, we've got a whole line of stuff coming. Looking forward to getting the information out to you and everybody else, and I appreciate your support, Kurt.
No problem. It's a pleasure to have you here. And I want to personally thank you for all you've been doing for Grenada over the years. Your support for so many artists, whether it's in music, whether it's in fashion. Thank you. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Mandela, before we leave, and I want to leave people with this song because a lot of people came in late. Some people were asking, who's this artist? It's Mandela Links, and you're going to get a taste of his most recent song. He launched it yesterday. But Mandela, my last question to you before we go into the song, and let me tell everybody, let me say my goodbye before we even go into the last question and the song. Folks, we appreciate you on the Ride Along Network. We appreciate you on the Wake Up Club. The focus right now as we head to Spice Mass is about Spice Mass. If you're an artist who would like to share your story, share your music, if you're a creative, a mass band leader, whatever you are when it comes to Spice Mass, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to share your story and get you involved and give you the exposure that you need. Mandela, and listen, thank you for joining us on the Wake Up Club. I'm excited with Mandela Links and Confetti Kids and all that is to come. Mandela, my final question before we give them a taste of your song, Taking Over, is what advice would you give to young artists hoping to make their mark during Spice Mass 2025?
Well, simple. Keep pressing. You have to keep pressing, right? You have to build that confidence in yourself. Because a lot of people will see stuff. You have to pay a deaf ears to all of that. You understand? Just imagine it's you alone on a road, right? A dark path, and way ahead is a light. That light is success for you. So you keep on going, keep on pressing, push hard. Don't just sit down and say my music again. Hit the social media. Work the social media. Even though you have to walk up to the station I used to do and say, you know what, I want an interview. And they say, we didn't know about that. Say, well, I need and beg for an interview. You go get it. Do that. Right? And you are going to break that door down. Yeah? You don't go open it for you, you go break it down. So keep pressing and don't give up. You understand? And you will also be a part of the taking over of Spice Mass 2025. Don't forget. Confetti Kids,
Duh.
badge. All right. We got
Uh-huh.
these here that we give to the kids as well. We know we got the dust stickers, they say put on the fridge and all
Uh-huh.
that stuff. We actually gave out to the kids recently. So that mean we got a lot of beautiful stuff, We give all this stuff to the kids, the kids actually love it, I mean, let them know, what? All is not lost. Confetti Kids, we got you.
Most
All
definitely.
right. Thanks,
Listen, gentlemen,
thanks for the
thank you for
support.
joining us. Don't be a stranger, Kevin, to the Wake Up Club. You're now family. You're now a clubber. Folks, this is Mandella's latest release. It's called Taking Over. I want to wish you a fantastic Friday. Have a great weekend. See you soon.
Tree on the road to the world. Links. I'm back. Make way. Taking over. Going in. Taking over. On the road. Yo, don't pray. Taking over. Oh, yo. Taking over. Make way. On the road. Let's go. They say we come to take over. Yes, we coming on with a soccer plan. Even when we hit the road, when we wanna get this a soccer jam. No matter which country that you from, we was rooted from the motherland. We playing mass with the foreigners and the disabled who cannot wet their hand. Everybody jumping and waving to the very artists and the soccer scene. The road has become me home, we lost to more than the state TV balcony. If they act for the greatest match does play, everybody will stay for 7-3. None of them could play mass as we. None of them could play mass as we. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. Boy, so we come to mash up the place, and we come to fight for this. We come to make we name, and we are no shame. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. We going all out when we hit the streets. Party animal, them call us fetting freaks. Life's not easy now, so I hit the road and I'm ready to get on bad. Only I've been going through my stress, I've been hurt and I was sad. On the road to free my sorrows, like my heart was pierced with arrows. Sometimes I felt like giving up, like there was no tomorrow. Back on the road again, with my friends and them. No more stress again, drinking on the end. Sticking toes for another day, taking toes, fetting me stress away. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. Boy, so we come to mash up the place, and we come to fight for this. We come to make we name, and we are no shame. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. We going all out when we hit the streets. Party animal, them call us fetting freaks. No roadblock, hands up, all who sleeping go wake up. Don't do the dead, go get up. We don't care what fall down, shake up and roll. Tell them that the time's up, all who talking go show up. Everybody pop up, hand in the air and jump up. Roadblock, this is serious. They said they had to deal with us. We on the soccer train, not the bus. They're not leaving us. Plus my friends and them say them there with us. Whole night them a fed with us. Roadblock, them going days with us. They say we come to take over. Yes, we coming on with a soccer plan. Leave your room when we hit the road. When we wanna get this a soccer jam. No matter which country that you from, we was rooted from the motherland. We playing mass with the foreigners and disabled who cannot wet their hand. Everybody jumping and waving to the favorite artists and the soccer scene. The road has become me home, we lost to more than the state TV balcony. If they act for the greatest match does play, everybody will say for 7-3. None of them could play mass as we. None of them could play mass as we. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. Boy, so we come to mash up the place, and we come to fight for this. We come to make we name, and we are no shame. The road is mine, the road is mine, the road is mine. We going all out when we hit the streets. Party animal, them call us fetting freaks.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.